Hello viewers, welcome to Kids Auto and Truck Repair. We are sitting inside a 2011 Mercedes GL450. In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove and replace the auxiliary battery on this vehicle. There is a message on the dash display that says replace auxiliary battery. So I believe the auxiliary battery on this vehicle is defective. I'm going to start the engine so I can show you the message that we have on the dash display, and then we're going to get under the passenger side front seat so that we can replace the auxiliary battery. The auxiliary battery on this vehicle lives under the passenger side seat. So now let's start the engine. So as you can hear, the engine is running. We have a couple messages on the dash display. Right there, auxiliary battery malfunction. So the auxiliary battery is malfunctioning. So we're gonna replace the auxiliary battery. So right there, auxiliary battery malfunction. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn off the engine. So now let's go under the passenger side seat so we can remove the auxiliary battery. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna push the passenger side seat forward all the way up so we can get access to the battery underneath the seat. So we're gonna push the seat all the way up. We're gonna tilt it all the way. Good. We've pushed the front seat all the way up. Now we're gonna get this carpet out of here. So we have to get access to the main battery, and the auxiliary battery is next to the main battery. So I'm gonna remove this cover here. This cover just pops off. And then there's a vent over here, this piece, plastic piece that we're gonna remove. And then there's this cover. So here's the main battery for the vehicle. We're gonna remove the main battery, and then the auxiliary battery is right over here. I hope you can see it. The auxiliary battery is right there. So this battery has to come out before we can remove the auxiliary battery. Okay, so we're gonna disconnect this hose. So we're gonna undo this battery terminal. We're gonna undo this. This is a 10mm nut. We're gonna undo this terminal, and then this one over here. They both have 10mm nuts. And then we're gonna undo the battery hold down. The battery hold down is right over here. After we undo that 13mm nut, and then the battery is gonna come out. Let's remove this main battery so we can get access to the auxiliary battery. We're gonna disconnect this terminal first. And then we're going to disconnect the second one over here. We're just going to reach back in there. All right, so we got the second terminal disconnected. So now we're going to remove the battery hold down. So I'm going to use my magnet to get this nut out. And then we're going to get the hold down. So here's the battery hold down. So that's good. So now the main battery should be able to come out. So we're gonna lift this up. So just like that, our main battery is coming out. So here comes our main battery. I'm gonna get it out of the way, just like that. So the auxiliary battery is right over here. So this is the auxiliary battery right here. I hope you can see it. Let me bring you guys closer. So this is the auxiliary battery. There's a little piece of metal over here that I'm gonna bend, and then we're gonna slide the battery out. So the auxiliary battery should be able to come out. So just like that. So here comes our auxiliary battery. The red terminal is power, and then the black terminal is negative. You can't crisscross them because they're color coded. Okay, so here is the defective one. That's the part number. So now what I'm gonna do is, before I install the new one, I want to take a voltage measurement of this old auxiliary battery. Here is our multimeter. I have my multimeter set up on the voltage scale. We're going to take a voltage measurement of this auxiliary battery. Let's see how much voltage we have on this battery. So as you can see, this auxiliary battery is only giving out 1.28 volts. So this auxiliary battery is very weak. It only has 1.28 volts. So this battery is bad. So I already have a brand new auxiliary battery. Let me bring it up. So the bad one is giving us a value of 1.27 volts. So here is our brand new auxiliary battery. So I'm gonna get this out of the way. So here's the bad one, this is the brand new one. So let's get this out of the way. We know that this is bad, it's only giving us 1.28 volts. So now let's check out the new one. I'm gonna remove these plastic covers. So let's see what voltage we're gonna have on the brand new auxiliary battery. As you can see, the brand new one is giving us 12.96 volts. So this tells me that the wiring of the auxiliary battery is good. The problem was a defective auxiliary battery. As you can see, this one is giving out 12.96 volts. So this one is good, this one is bad. So now let's install this one on the vehicle. I'm gonna get my multimeter out of the way. We're gonna install our brand new auxiliary battery. All right, the auxiliary battery is connected to its wiring. So now we're going to install it. All right, the auxiliary battery is installed. So now I'm going to flip this piece of metal back, just like that. So we have installed our auxiliary battery. Now I'm looking around to make sure that the battery didn't get disconnected as I installed it. So my terminals are still connected. So we're good to go. So now let's install the main battery. All right, so the battery is installed. So now we're going to tighten the battery terminals. So that's good. So now we're going to tighten the positive terminal back here. All right, that's good. So now we're gonna install our battery hold down. All right, so we have installed the nut for the battery hold down. So we're good to go. So now we're gonna install this cover. And then this cover over here. And then this one. All right, so just like that, this is how you remove and replace an auxiliary battery on a Mercedes GL450. Now let's start the engine to see if the auxiliary battery malfunction message is no longer going to remain on the dash. So right there, as you can hear, the engine is running. The SRS light is on, but the auxiliary battery malfunction light is no longer on. Okay, so that's good. We're good to go. We're gonna have to deal with the SRS light on a separate video. I'm gonna leave this right over here. This is how you remove and replace an auxiliary battery on a Mercedes GL450. I hope you liked the video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumb down. But if you do, you gotta tell me why so we can make better videos in the future. If this is your first time here, subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. If you have any comments, questions, criticism, leave them in the comment box. Thanks for watching. See you next time.